how you going? Welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be doing a different build challenge. We're going to be renovating the house with the most potential in The Sims 4. Now, obviously this is quite subjective, but I thought it was such a great idea. So shout out to my channel member, Bossy Lady or Boss Lady, for the idea and the suggestion of which house we should work on, which is the old mill house from Eco Lifestyle that the character or the Sim Best Sterling lives in. And I don't know if I've ever renovated this house, but when I actually jumped into the game and had a look at it, it is such an interesting house and it does have so much potential. And this viewer actually suggested that we turn it into an industrial style build, I think. So yeah, I was like, I'm so down for this challenge. First up, jumping into a speed build. In case you guys haven't watched many of my videos, I usually start with a speed build portion of the video, and we're working on the exterior as a speed build, and then we'll finish it together in real time, just in a little while. The reason why I do this is because it can take so long to do a build and a renovation of this size in real time. Like, it takes hours upon hours upon hours. And not everyone wants to see that. Usually people like it to be a slightly shorter video instead of a super long one. But if you do like super long videos and you want to see more of it in real time, I actually did this part with members. So if you have become a channel member, we work on stuff that I'd usually work on off screen. So yeah, there's bonus videos every week if you want to check out behind the scenes of videos such as this stuff. But anyway, we're working on the exterior to begin with as a speed build, and I've also gradually slowed down my speed builds because I find them too quick now. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but I used to put them on like 500 the speed of wait, is that 5 times the speed? Yeah, which is crazy. And now I do it at like 150. It is so much slower these days. And last year I was doing it at 200. So yeah, I just find a slower speed build is easier for me to actually take in what's happening. So I'm kind of curious to hear what you guys think about that. But anyway, talking about the build, I absolutely love the shape of this house. It is so unique. I love the roof line. So I didn't want to change too much about it, but I did remove the pitched roof at the front just because I felt like it didn't look as industrial and I was looking a little bit more like traditional house shape. So I just got rid of that, but the rest of the exterior shape will remain the same, and a lot of the interior was actually super open plan. So really not many rooms laid out at all. So we're going to work on the floor plan a lot. And at this side of the building, it was completely flat, which is actually the entrance. And I thought, oh, that's kind of a little bit boring. We can do better than this. So I was going to cut into the shape, but I accidentally pulled it outwards, and I thought, that's actually cool having these boxes kind of come out. So we're gonna play with that little mistake that I made. It was a happy mistake, and we're working with a lot of details, a lot of trims, columns. We're going to have a few different window types. We're also going to be doing a lot of lovely landscaping, and I absolutely love how this has turned out so far, and I cannot wait to furnish it with you guys. And yeah, while I've been doing other stuff like making phone calls and, you know, all that random stuff you do throughout the day, sometimes I keep coming back to this build and I'm like, I'm just gonna do a little bit of terrain painting, or I'm gonna do some more gardening. So I did add to it a bit off camera as well, and I was just really enjoying it. So yeah, and I also really appreciate any video ideas that you guys have. So if you ever have any requests, please let me know, because it's just so much fun to have you guys involved as well and see what you want to see. And you guys have such great ideas, and it's always fun to have a challenge that you come up with. And then on this side of the house, we had a similar challenge of it just looking very flat and one-sided. So on this side, I experimented with cutting a little bit into it, cutting out of it. And I thought that was really cool. And because this is the eco lifestyle world, I thought, you know, let's roll with that a little bit. Let's use more items from eco lifestyle. I mean, let's be honest, eco lifestyle is probably one of the packs I use the most in my renovations and builds. But for this, I felt like it was especially important. And I also had a lot of fun using some of the industrial stairs and balustrades, and I think one of the windows maybe from businesses and hobbies, because I'm not sure if I've done a truly industrial build yet using that. So yeah, and I also thought it'd be really nice to have a green roof. We're making some nice pavers because we've got this idea of eco lifestyle, eco things. We're going to have the fabricator object that I've kept upstairs, a dumpster for dumpster diving, probably a candle making station. And I also loved the flowers that were already on this lot. They're base game flowers in all different colors. So we're also going to use those as well. And then here I was just experimenting with the grass, like how green do we want to go? I figured pretty green, but we'd obviously make it look a little bit more realistic by adding some tonal variations in the grass color. And I also I did say the exterior doesn't really change at all, other than obviously the detailing we've been putting on the flat walls. But I just remembered we do create a little outdoor seating area underneath the canopy, and that looks really good once we get to it. You'll see it soon. Putting on move objects so we can place a tree over some other shrubs and bushes, very important to be able to do that. Always build with move objects on. And just jumping ahead a bit, I've changed the wallpaper to the Stocker standard wallpaper that came with, I think, the workshop kit that I continually use these days, just whilst I plan out my build. And we've got the door from Businesses and Hobbies, which I absolutely love. Obviously, it's very in line with an industrial build. The windows are from Moschino Pack, which I absolutely love. I just wish we had a closed version of the shorter window. They're both open. It's okay though. I know that there's custom content that you can probably download that has a closed version and an open version, but in this build, I'm not using custom content. It's easier to download when it's just all Maxis. But my last build used custom content, and I was wondering if you guys wanted me to do another CC build, because that was really fun. And I know I just used a Harry pack, but there's another Harry pack that I'm actually there's so many Harry CC packs I want to use. There's an IKEA pack, or IKEA inspired pack, and there's also this really cool like bakery CC pack, which has beautiful commercial kitchen items. I was thinking of doing like a house bakery build or something like that. So yeah, any suggestions, please let me know in the comments down below. And also, I have a vlog channel, which I wasn't plugging it right now, but this is turning into a plug. I have a vlog channel where I just show lifestyle stuff. And at the moment, we've been showing our bathroom renovation, which is finally done. But for those of you guys who are waiting for a vlog video, I'm just waiting on some final decor to be shipped before I show you the grand reveal of the bathroom. So for those of you guys who are like, when is she gonna post the bathroom? That's coming soon. I'm literally waiting on some packages arriving, and I had to have them forward shipped because I couldn't ship them to Australia. So I had to like ship them to someone's address in another country and then them send it out. Which is funny because I just needed a particular, it sounds ridiculous, but I needed a particular vase planter for the bathroom to fit in a particular color. And I found it, and I could not believe that I found it. And I was like, oh my God, I will go to great lengths to get this vase planter. So we're literally waiting on that. And then, yeah, we're just fixing up this area. So funnily enough, I actually thought that was the front of the house, but the other side is the front towards the back of the house, which in hindsight does make total sense because you shouldn't have to walk like around to the front where it meets the water edge to get to the front door. But this is the part that I was telling you about how we create a really lovely canopy. I've been obsessed with looking at landscaping online because I'm thinking about landscaping to do in real life at our house, and it is that inspo is definitely coming through in The Sims now, and I've been looking at lots of canopies and like flowers that crawl across them and things that can grow in Australia and all of that. So I feel like we're going to be focusing on landscaping a bit more in builds that are upcoming. So keep an eye out for that as well. But I thought this looked really nice actually, using spandrels and columns right here. And then I was figuring out the greenery to put across here. That one from Jungle Adventure just didn't look quite right, so we end up using this one that I use a lot. This was actually from Island Paradise, and it's kind of surprising that it fits or that it's so versatile in so many worlds that are not tropical at all, but it just looks like lush greenery. And then I had this idea of creating a kitchen that is all glass, and I did get a comment from a member saying the kitchen looks a bit oversized for the house, maybe make it smaller. But the problem I'm having with it is because I want it to be completely glass, it has to be that width and size in order for, you know, the windows to fit in. So otherwise we'd have to have a little bit of wall showing. So that's why that's so big. So I thought we'd play with the idea that maybe they're into cooking, so having a bigger kitchen is beneficial to this house or this sim, so it does become a focal point of the house. But I can also see why it could be reduced too. And I've just popped in some furniture to start getting an idea of how we want to furnish the house and what can actually fit into the spaces. I always find that really helpful when working on a build. And I also thought, well, look, this house is just calling out to have a skylight somewhere. We cannot renovate this place and not have a skylight. So we're popping one in above the dining area, just before our canopy area. And if you guys, there's actually lots of tutorials online about how to make a skylight, but you can kind of see here how I do it. It's a bit fiddly, but once you've done it a couple of times, it's really easy. And it's just using 3 different roof pieces. No, 4 roof pieces actually, 3 that are tin roof, 1 that is glass, and making sure there's flooring under where you're putting the solid roofing, and then underneath the glass is clear, and you just kind of put it together like a puzzle piece, and it looks like a skylight once you're done. So not too hard once you've done it a few times, but anyway, let's jump into the furnishing because I can't wait to make it look amazing indoors as it does outdoors. All right, so this is how the house is looking now that I've spent a bit more time on it. And like I said, I ended up coming back to it a lot just whilst I was doing other stuff and adding bits and bobs and more details to it, like these drain pipes and updating a bit of the wallpaper. And I just felt like the busier it is, kind of the cooler it looked. And these are actually columns that I've placed here to use as decorative wooden fencing. I was just inspired by some houses that I've seen on my walks. And every time I load this save, the plants that were here just keep getting deleted. And it's really annoying and I have to continually update this. But yeah, it looks really cool. I've placed a few eco lifestyle items and you would have seen on the deck around this side, I got a bit excited and started doing a bit of furnishing. So these pieces are from the Garden to Table kit. That's a creator kit that's really gorgeous. Obviously, we won't use all of these baskets and things on the table, but I also like the idea of using a little bit of industrial looking chairs. I think these are from City Living with the base game chairs that were from a recent event, and I just liked the combination of them. So that's a good start with our kind of overall vibe of the house where it's this industrial meets eco look and feel. And then we've got, the recycling machine here, the dumpster to go dumpster diving in. This is the other side of the building, so it's looking pretty busy, but it's pretty cool. And the front door is just glitching out. There is a front door there. And I just love this house. I'm so glad that it was recommended to do this. So yeah, anyway, let's go in and start with the dining room. I've already kind of plonked some pieces of furniture in each room thinking about what I want to do. And one thing I thought would be cool is to have these pops of industrial yellow colors, because a lot of the industrial packs, The Sims has had a color swatch in yellow or red. And I just thought, yeah, that's really cool. So we've got this light from Adventure Awaits. I was thinking of using this table from, I can't keep up with all the kits. I think that's the Cozy Kitsch kit, was it? We've had so many kits. Yeah, that came from that kit. So that's a nice one. And I mean, we don't have to keep doing the black, but it does look quite striking. And then this wallpaper was kind of a cool idea too, because this comes from Jungle Adventure, but it's also, it reminds me of the industrial concrete and that yellow swatch that you see in hazard signage. So yeah, maybe we could use that on this wall to tie it into the light and then keep the rest of this room pretty simple. Actually, which chairs? Do we want to go the timber chairs? These chairs are from Eco Lifestyle as well, the black chairs. Actually, I quite like the contrast of the lighter timber chair with the dark table, so maybe we'll go with that one. I mean, we could do mismatched chairs as well, but I feel like I've been overdoing that a bit recently. Even though it does look cool. Oh, it does look really cool though. Let's try it with all the chairs, the lighter color. We'll just see. And also I will change that rug. I mean, what do we prefer? Mismatch? Let's do the mismatch because I feel like that's what a lot of you guys will like. And then this one is from the recent kit, Modern Retreat. Such a good one. It has the best fireplace in it. I'm just gonna match the table because we're already having a bit of fun with our colors. And then this rug, I believe, was in a recent base game update. And there are some really cool swatches in this. I don't know if it's gonna work with the shape of our table though, but I absolutely love the patterns in this rug. So even if we size it up, it's just a bit too big, a little bit oversized. So I'm just gonna pop that down the other end of the house where I've been kind of coming up with a few ideas for what we're gonna do there. Well, we could just do, I mean, that's a nice basic rug. Do the yellow for a bit of color, that's fun. Or if we want, we can do a rounded rug like that. That's a lot. Or this natural laundry day looking rug. I've decided we need more round rugs in the game because we just need more of them. I always use this base game one, but it's the texture of it's not ideal when you size it up, and I do end up sizing it up a lot. The other thing you can do with a round table is overlap a couple of rugs to create an irregular shape. So then you don't have to try and find a circular rug that works for you, but you can still achieve that style where it's not just a rectangle. You know, we could overlap a couple of these. I guess the hardest part is just figuring out what's actually going to go. And then once you size them up, it can be really annoying to move them around because you can't click on the sides of them. Yeah, I think that looks actually pretty cool. And then you have the glass skylight up there. Yeah, let's do it that way. Maybe we'll have a lamp in the corner as well. This all black one is pretty nifty. I actually found a really nice looking lamp the other day. I think it was in the background of something on Pinterest. And so I cropped in on it, and I want to use image search to see if I could actually find where the lamp is from. And I just remembered I haven't done that. It's just saved on my phone. So gotta get my lamp sleuthing on. This has a lovely black swatch with marble on it, but it almost looks too fancy for this house. I mean, this lamp is an absolute classic base game. I remember that was one of the items I used to use the most when we only had base game. I'll just put a plant there. Plant, light, call it a day, easy. Oh, and also I love this item right here, this pipe dream. This is from the industrial stuff pack or kit, industrial loft kit, which actually does have a lot of good stuff we could use as well. But yeah, that's a beautiful decor item if you are working on an industrial build. And they also have these, which I'm not going to include in this house, but those are really fun for doing warehousey builds. Oh, and I've also grabbed these lights out in case we want to have them in the kitchen. Oh, and the fan's good too. Maybe we'll do an industrial fan in the living room in the yellow. That's fun. Okay, next up, let's work on our kitchen area. So we could do the base game industrial counters, or we could just do Home Chef Hustle because it's so good. But yeah, maybe we go back to our base game roots. I actually really like the ones with a bit of light and dark contrast in them. Where is the one I'm thinking of? I swear there is one that's like, oh, it's this one. Yeah, I reckon that one's really cool. Doesn't really go with the rest of this house, but I do like that swatch. Again, this is the base game counter I used to use all the time back in my base game only days when it first came out. Oh, memories. Okay, well, let's at least do this as the counter, or we could try and match it to this because I was going to put that in the middle, and I do think that would look really nice. We could go the darker because we don't have a lot of flexibility with the timber color in this. Who cares? It goes. We'll make it work. It's fun to do the bright timber because you can see it from the other side of the window. Which actually, we don't have to do these long windows on every side. We do have the half version of them. So perhaps that would actually make a bit more sense to use that. Sometimes it's easier just to find the half window in another location than search through the whole, what do you call that thing? The whole library. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, maybe we should do these over this side because I think that still looks good, and maybe we can actually put some bookcases here. Like there must be a lower bookcase. I was thinking about these ones. You know, like this. Would it be strange to double those up? That actually looks pretty good, I've got to say. We could do the yellow again, but then maybe we're going a little bit too far with our yellow theme. Ooh, and we could have all of their sprouts over here. This can be their sprouting area, propagation area. Oh, and you know what else we should put here? Because this is actually great counter space for this. We should put our house plants here that Sims do need to be able to tend to. These ones. Yay, they do work there. Oh, that's exciting. Because sometimes I want these plants. Love that pot. That's probably my favorite pot. Oh, I also like the purpley one. Oh, and this greeny one is so good. Yeah, sometimes I don't really know where to put these. Actually, let's do a different plant in this one. You know, they experiment. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my God, I love it. Ooh, these actually have great slots for placing plants too. I also love terracotta. Terracotta is one of my favorite materials. I am so obsessed with this house. Is anyone else, or is it just me? I love it. I do reckon they're going to be able to get over to this side. I mean, I hope so. I hope they can water the plants. But if worse comes to worse, we can always move them around. Also, we just had such hot weather in Melbourne. It was 42 degrees yesterday. What is that, 109, 112 Fahrenheit? Around 108. Fahrenheit for you Americans. That looks so cute. All right, love that. I wonder if we can face the windows inwards, because then they clip into the plants. All right, back to our kitchen. We got a little bit distracted. I do like the idea of using this, but I don't think we have to use it in the middle of the room. Like usually you would use it over the middle of this, but you don't have to. Same thing goes for the lighting. You can do whatever the heck you want to, although I kind of like them in the middle. Also, these are my favorite lights for industrial builds. These are from Get to Work, but they're usually unlocked in the detective career at level 8. But they always look so good in builds, and they have, you know, they have the light silver, the middle silver, and the black, which is perfect. I'm thinking I like this range hood, and this is where I was also thinking that would put our ovens. We might use the Home Chef Hustle stoves, although these look more industrial, just the base game ones, you can't really go wrong with, or there's the truly industrial base game ones. But these ones, I don't like how they have big gaps next to them. As much of a fan of those. Or we can just go, you know, these. I love the idea of a double oven because, I mean, why do I like that? It just reminds me of homes with big fancy ovens, like commercial ovens almost. Which if we're going with the storyline that whoever lives here is into cooking, that would track. Occasionally I get a bit muddled up because I think custom content that I've used or seen, I think that's in the actual game. And then I go searching for that object and then I realize, oh wait, no, that doesn't exist here, Deli. And I just had that happen because I was thinking about some custom content where a big commercial stove existed. And now I'm thinking, what was that in? I can't remember. We'll use these Home Chef Hustle cupboards, or actually the shelves could be good here because we have so much glass. I'm pretty sure it's not coming through my mic, but I have a lovely owl chirping outside and it's so sweet. There's also the corner shelf, but I feel like that will finish around the corner and look weird. I don't know, like I like these lights, but I just feel like they're not looking that good in here. Like I'd rather just have the greenery in this space, or the greenery goes over here because we can't have cabinets there. Ooh, and it gives the extra green effect. Okay, love that. And maybe we just have downlights in this area. Is that so bad? Because we've got hanging range hoods, hanging greenery on the other side. It might be too much to do a hanging light here. I mean, who says we always have to have hanging lights, right? Right? Okay, maybe these shouldn't go above the stove where they could potentially heat up. I'm gonna pop them right there. The thing that I love with industrial builds is I feel like everything just goes together and looks so good. It's just, for me, it feels like the easiest aesthetic to follow or recreate, because it's just like, okay, all I have to do is put metal and brick together and it will always look good. And it's okay if it looks a bit raggedy because it is industrial, so it can be worn out. This could be a nice sink area because it's got all the greenery on top of it. Do we want that or do we want this sink? What is the most industrial looking sink? Probably this silvery one, or that one actually does look quite good even though it's not meant to be an industrial sink. But in black, it's kind of an absolute vibe. So we're gonna go with that one. And then if they are into their cooking, they're going to want to have a few different appliances, I think, as well as a dishwasher can be very handy. So we'll put our dishwasher over here in silver. That actually looks so good. I love dishwashers. I went to not having a dishwasher for about a month when we were living in a rental when our house was renovated. Wait, that's not true. We did have a dishwasher there, but we didn't use it as much for some reason. And I just realized, like, damn, really, really glad that dishwashers exist because they do make life easier. But then I also know people who just really like to hand wash. And they'll have a dishwasher and they're like, no, I prefer hand washing. Do you think we should have this microwave? Because it looks industrial, but it's not fixed. And if you want to download this, you can fix it. Or we don't have a microwave. And instead, I would take a coffee machine over a microwave. The good thing about this kitchen being so big is, hello. No thank you. Is we have so much room for activities / appliances. Would we rather a waffle maker or a pizza oven? Let's do the pizza oven. Oh, what the heck. Let's just have it all. And for gameplay purposes, I always think having a working kettle is a really good idea. Why did I just say a working kettle as if it doesn't work in The Sims? It's really important to have a working kettle in a kitchen. Like, yes, it needs to be working. Let's make them look busy as well. I love the kitchen clutter kit. I love all the kitchen clutter. It just makes everything look more warm and friendly and used. I've been doing some baking. Let's put it next to the stove. And then over here we can have, knife block. Why would you have your knives this far away? You wouldn't have them on the top shelf, would you? You'd have them where you can access them. I have a thing with knife blocks. Like, we've had knife blocks in the past, but I just prefer when knives are packed away. And this might be like a weird thing. I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but it's because I don't want them on display as if someone could just like suddenly grab it and use it. Is that weird to think like that? But I'm like, I want them packed away so they're more secure and it's safer. I don't know, I don't want anyone to be able to just suddenly grab a knife and stab me in my own kitchen. Or maybe the recipe, where would you put this? You probably wouldn't have it there. You'd want to have it to look at whilst you're chopping things up and cracking eggs. Yeah, I'll pop it there. Get a couple of these utensils because you always need about 2 of them, right? Oh, and then I had a whole heap of stuff over here that I was thinking of using in the kitchen. So this is a lovely chopping board. Better pop that knife away into a drawer. And this is lovely because this is just like they've just been in the garden and harvested some stuff or just been to the market and grabbed some new veggies. Got to give them a wash or something like that. I do love picking things from my garden. Sorry, I know I'm moving the screen around too much. Just a little intricate space. I love getting things from the garden and then the process of washing them so they're ready to eat. I find it to be such a relaxing routine. Okay, so I think we'll leave the plates out here. Oh, those lemon yellow plates are really nice. Eggs, yes. We need eggs in here. Eggs next to the stove, and I'm gonna make them look like our Australian eggs. So they're usually this color in Australia. If you buy them from a supermarket, because our chickens I guess that's our egg variety. And then I'm wondering if I can just lift this up using the 9 key. I'm actually gonna make it slightly smaller using our bracket key and pop that there. So this is just our veg section. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna remove that basket because I just feel like I overdid it a bit. And what other kitchen clutter do we have here? Oh, actually, maybe if we put that to the side, this here next to, so this is our washing up section. You guys are intersecting though, and I just don't like that. I guess we can put you on the side. Pop a little caddy down here for a bit of fun. Oh, and this chopping board, you can put stuff on top of it, which is cool. Oh, but these guys don't want to live in the same area. Okay, so you want to live over here, fine. I'm speaking to the Sims objects like they're people, which is concerning. I love this, but I just don't know what to put on it. Like, I don't understand what I meant to put on it. So I don't really use that item. I'm just gonna put the shopping bag up here. I always use this one, so let's pick a different one just to be different for once. We'll do the color block blue. And you know what, looking at this, let's just do one green section here. And maybe, you know what, maybe we will put the lights back in because now I miss them. So I've started listening to a new podcast that I really like, and it's called The Good Hang with Amy Poehler. I really love that podcast. So if you're looking for just a light beat, easygoing, upbeat and light, easygoing podcast that's probably got a really high budget so they can get really famous guests as well, which doesn't hurt. That makes it also very interesting, the guests that come on. That's a really good one. Oh my gosh. And she pulls the biggest advertisers. I was listening and she promoted Apple Watch and Netflix. Like, girl, you don't hear many YouTubers having Apple sponsoring them, do you? And PayPal. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that it's just a really great podcast if you're interested. Yeah, I like this. I think it's good. This is good. And if you're wondering, this is actually the celebrity tile from Get Famous. Oh, I like the blue. Okie dokie. And also this fire extinguisher, if anyone is wondering, is from Get to Work. Get to Work has a lot of industrial themed items, which is really handy. I was also thinking of maybe putting a desk over here or an easel or something. I feel like we need something there. Anyway, let's work on our lounge room now that we've done this part. For the bathroom, I've done a very stocker standard sleek bathroom kit in here, but maybe we'll do the yellow wall to introduce some more interest into this room. Hey, we'll do a blue rug. Gotta inject some color in here. So this is the fireplace I was telling you guys about, which is so cool. So I've got all of this junk in the way, but this fireplace came with the creator kit Modern Retreat. And it's just so pretty. It comes in some really lovely colors. Actually, it comes in that olive green color as well, which I was going for. Yeah, and I just thought about going with this green demon with the green theme over here. I mean, we could do, oh wow, that actually matches really well, even though this is from Jungle Adventure from a long time before we got this kit. Also, this TV, you can always size it down and it'll still work fine as well if you feel like the TV is too big, which I kind of feel like it is. And I kind of feel like I preferred the bricks on this wall, so I don't know. Maybe we'll go like this and just go with either the black fireplace or this brownie color. The black definitely feels like it grounds it more, but this is nice too. I feel like we could go with any of the colors. And then these love seats are from the Refined Living Room kit, and I've got a million rugs here that I liked and that I pulled out as well, so we'll get to those rugs soon. The fan is kind of annoying me because it's in the way. This is from the jewelry kit, stuff pack, Crystal Creations, and these lights are not good with these lights on the other wall. I think I'll go with the black lights, but these lights are also really cool. You know what, I'm gonna change our base game lamp with this one, but we'll do it in the silver because I just love that industrial silver color. I do like these couches. I just use these as placement ones. I wasn't actually going to use these in the house, but I quite like them. Otherwise, there's this one, which could be nice in a different color. That's groovy. I don't know why I'm using the word groovy, but it's groovy, baby. Ooh, cringe. Or there's this one, which is more of a linen, which I think is too soft for the house. So hey, I'm thinking we just go with the ones that I've already got out because they look great. We could use a different accent chair though. I feel like we have too many lights over here. One of the newer accent chairs, well, that one's nice, but I'm actually thinking of another one that came with Modern Retreat that goes with this footstool. Actually, we might use this chair in another location. Yeah, these are nice. And if we want to pair it with the olive couch, we could obviously go the green, The black is an easy one to pair, or the brown. Actually like the black, keeping it schmick and schlick. Actually, the brown's really nice. And what rug do we want to use? So I grabbed a whole heap of rugs, just thinking, okay, we could go with a natural looking rug, which this one's from Adventure Awaits. This is more of a modern take. Not really the right size potentially though. This one, love. And I just haven't used it that much. Like even it in just a spice dark brown looks so good. I don't mind this colorway. Again, we've got some natural looking options. Probably wouldn't do green on green though, that's a bit much. I'm thinking this one because I haven't used that one for ages. I mean, I haven't even really used that one, let's be clear. And we've got an easy color match there too. I'll throw the other one upstairs. You know, we throw these into the bedrooms because they might be easy to use up there. There's also this really cool side table type of thing. I just think this is really awesome. This could be a nice coffee table. Oh wait, no, that's not a coffee table. This is a coffee table. This lamp also looks quite good over here because it's not as similar to these lights. Like it doesn't look so much like lamp on lamp. I have no idea if that makes sense. I think it's important we have plenty of leafy green aspects. So we'll have that here. I quite like this table from Businesses and Hobbies because it has the marble version of it too. And I'm gonna actually turn that black. I love this stingray. Okay, I was just chatting to you guys for so long and realized I was on mute. So basically what I've done is I put a turntable over here with a dance floor that will turn invisible in live mode. I think the Sims might be able to use it, but obviously it's obstructing a lot of stuff. And then I also put these industrial looking tables over here, which is actually from the kit that goes in the garage, the restoration workshop kit. But it just looks kind of nifty, this. Otherwise, we could use the tall height one next to this one so we get a bit of a height difference. It just goes with the industrial theme. Oh, there's the yellow. Oh, the yellow is cool. That would actually be really cool in a different kitchen. We should do another industrial kitchen soon and use these as kitchen shelving. Yeah, that would be sick. I like that idea. Anyway, for now we'll just use this. I don't know. Like I like this light. I guess we'll put the light here. Maybe we can have some kind of painting over this side. It just feels like it needs something there. Yeah, I was just chatting away to you guys on mute. Love that. Not. Let's do some abstract and geometric color piece over here. And maybe there's its cousin over here on the ground. Or do we go like the grayish color thing because they're too cool to have color on the walls? It does track for this style of house. A light in a plant. Fun, but potentially dangerous in real life. Probably not in The Sims. Although there are many fires in The Sims, so potentially dangerous in The Sims as well. Ooh, cushion. This was from an in-game event recently. I can't remember which events what pieces came with. I just remember, yes, from an in-game event. We used to have one of these phones when I was a little girl, and at that time, it was cool that we had one because at that point they were an old-fashioned phone, but it was still usable because we had a landline, and I remember learning how to use it and thinking I was so cool. Oh, well, that's a problem. I can't. Okay, I want to put this on the other shelf. Why can't I place it there? Okay, no cool phone. Oh, I see. It might want a shorter object. I'm gonna turn this coach bag around so we can have a handbag at the front here. I love sizing up this little plant because this one is so cute. Actually, let's make a sea of these little plants. They kind of look like little seaweed plants. And then I just need something to put down here. Like, are we just gonna go some random boxes? The boxes just look... Okay, we'll go with this box because at least this box looks kind of pretty and as if it's been considered why it's sitting there. Okay, fun. And I would usually put something behind the couch here, but I just feel as though we need a walkway. And actually now I'm looking at it more, we need to create a little bit more space here. So I'm gonna do sneaky kind of slight offset of these items. And I don't think we're gonna have a table next to that. Instead, I'll just put, I don't know, a plant because we need more plants in this house. There's clearly not enough. And I'm being sarcastic. And then we'll pop the fan here. I'm hiding a light in it. Yay! Okay, so downstairs is looking amazing. Let me pop that light there. Yeah, I'm really happy with this other than that door looking a bit funky. And looking at this again, I feel like we do need some more colors. So maybe I will make that blue. And I'm trying to make a weird rug over here because I thought that could be cool, but now I'm not so sure about it and I'm going to leave it as it is. Moving on up. Okay, maybe we should play around with having a yellow room up here because we've had this yellow accent color that we've been working with. Like we could either go this. I actually also love the idea of just an all white bed sheet. Just the contrast is nice. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we should maybe do a little bit of a yellow or have a bit of a yellow moment. This has got a double wardrobe, so I feel like this could be nice as our main. I think we have a matching side table that goes with this bed. Yeah, this one. So maybe we can use this as well, even though it doesn't really give us much space on that side. Let's pop it over a bit and have matching tables on either side. Maybe this one can come in handy in another room because I really want to use that side table. Because then we could have this matching yellow wallpaper, or is it just too much? Perhaps we do the brick here and just have a hint of yellow on this side, and this doesn't really work with it. We need a different size rug in here. The laundry day one is such a good size and it's such a good color. It just fits into every room. And I think these lights that came from Snowy Escape, they remind me of industrial items. They just look industrial to me. Not sure if they're meant to, but I feel. Put some things next to the bed. I like the idea of having a mirror leaning behind this table. It's kind of weird, but kind of, no, actually, I think it sticks out too much. It would be better off to have a mirror over on this side probably, but then the light, oh yeah, we can do a light there, that's fine. I always found this mirror really weird. I mean, it looks industrial, I guess. I rarely ever use it. I don't get why the bottoms why can you move the bottom? Because wouldn't it just see up your skirt? It is probably a type of mirror that exists in real life. I just don't really understand them. We could use this Moschino clothes rack because that has a bit of an industrial feel about it in itself. And I think we should have a shot every time I say industrial. We need something small and simple to put on the wall over here. Oh yeah, maybe a coffee artwork or it's a bit kitchen themed. This is a cool painting, but that seems quite grand. I think that one is too fancy to have on the wall. Okay, I'm just gonna do this because it's very simple and snazzy. If we put the light above it, then we can just say, yep, that's good to go. Oh, and that looks nice there inside the bed frame too. Or if we even size it down, that looks good. Okay, and perhaps we're just missing now a hanging plant. You know, sometimes you just feel like you need a hanging plant. Jumping across to our next bedroom, which I've got this blue color in. Whoa. Snazzy, right? What bed should go in here? Might have to work with something that's more minimal. Actually, let's just get the matching side tables for this bed because they look nice as a set. Ooh, that's also nice too though. I actually think that this might be a better orientation and then we can make this a gaming bedroom, which is a nice idea. Love this shelf. I think we'll just make it look like it's freestanding instead of being built into the wall. Sometimes it's easiest to have a theme for a bedroom that you're working with, like, okay, or an idea of the type of sim who lives in this particular bedroom or sleeps in this bedroom. And for this sim, our little storyline is that they're into gaming. And then that way we know what kind of objects to put in this room. And maybe they have a few things that are inspired by games or characters. So we can certainly use the Kayla pack, the Comfy Gamer pack. We can get these nice things on the shelf here, maybe a stack of, I don't know if these are books or games. I think those are books. I like that there's this sign that you can have on the wall. And what game do we want? Sims Medieval, shout out. I mean, it's fitting, you know, with Royalty and Legacy coming out soon. And then we'll put the nice gaming setup here as well. We could even have put the Get Famous YouTube station here as well. But yeah, they're basically using the whole Comfy Gamer packet here. We'll put some shoes and sneakers under the bed just to make the room look a bit more lived in and maybe some laundry. So it's kind of becoming potentially a teenager's room or a young adult's room. And the rest of the house is all nature inspired and making things by hand and recycling. And this room is like, no, I don't want to be like my parents. I want to play games and enjoy technology. I'll pop some posters behind the light too, because I think those look kind of cool stacked up. We can have some games in the corner as well. Maybe the chair should be red for another pop of color. Or what are our other gaming kind of looking chairs like? You know, I've never been a huge fan of gaming chairs in general, so I'm actually really struggling to pick one. I'm just gonna go red because I think the bold red and the blue look quite nice together. We're gonna have a tragic clown painting because I just feel like the tragic clown needs a lot more love. No wonder he's so tragic all the time. He's just not appreciated enough. I love this. I believe that is also, oh no, that's from City Living. I was gonna say I believe that is also from the industrial kit, but it isn't. And there's just some random plants over here, which I think look really nice. And I'm obsessed with this homemade brick wallpaper. This one I think is from Get Famous. Although I really struggle to find it. Whenever I click on it, it doesn't really jump to it. Can never find you, Brick. I mean, I can also search you. See, I still can't see it. Oh, here it is. So it's from Get Famous. It always looks a lot darker than it actually shows up in the game. All right, so upstairs, I made this exercise area up here because I just thought that was a nice area to, you know, go on your exercise bike. And then in here, we've got another bedroom. And then right here, I created this studio that you can actually access from the outside. So you could have someone come to your studio without entering the inside of the house. And I thought it would be nice to have here maybe a pottery studio. And then we also have another level up here where we need to place a ladder because there's no way to get up here. But this has some workshop items. And also the existing item that was in this room is the fabricator. And I've also used this kind of terrazzo looking concrete that's actually from the SpongeBob pack because it's cute. It's got nice speckles in it, and I'm really hanging out for a terrazzo something in the game. So where can we actually place a ladder? Like if it's in this, we could go up from the bedroom. What about here? Could a ladder go here? Because that would make the most sense from this room, but then it pops up in the middle of the room, which is not ideal. But I don't know. Oh, I could put it here. That looks kind of sketchy though, right? It'd fall over the edge and fall down the stairwell. Although it is Sims, so I suppose it doesn't. It doesn't really matter, although we could just bring out the wall here so we create a nice safer or safety zone. But then I feel like that ruins the design just a touch. So maybe we should just put the ladder here and then it's a hole in the floor. Or it comes up from the bedroom just here. Maybe we do that. Kind of strange for it to be reached from the bedroom. But then again, it is a strange room on top of the whole house. And they can hop out that side, so that's fine. Fabricator can maybe sit down here because this is just decorative. We can get to the, yeah, we can still get to that water thing. And we have our cool workstations over here. We also have a sink, which, I mean, technically I don't think we need. But hey, they look cool. Or maybe we just get rid of the sink because it could be a bit random and just have this here. I feel like you need music up here. Oh, it'd be cool if we could fit in a robotics station. Maybe we should do that instead of the woodwork table. Although I'm trying to remember with fabrication if woodworking's a handy skill to have. But this would just look interesting in this area, I think. No, let's stick with this stuff. Yeah, I think that's a cool simple workshop area up the top, and I think there's some sawdust. I know there's some sawdust decor. Oh, that's the confetti. Maybe we put the confetti on the dance floor downstairs. Just a little bit of leftover dance fun. That's really cute. Random, but cute. Where is this wood dust stuff? Oh, well, I filtered it to the restoration workshop and now I can see it. So I don't know where it was beforehand, but we got it now. So yeah, I think this would actually be all around this fabricator because this fabricator is kind of crazy. But we can have the wood shavings over this area. Yeah, that's cool. It really makes it look like it's a space that's being worked in actively. Yeah, we'll put some plants up here because you know what? They love their plants in this place. And I'll put a random wheelie chair in here because it looks like they might need a seat at some point. Okay, jumping on back down. We're on the home run, folks. Love the idea of this industrial shelf against this yellow wallpaper again. And this can be our yellow. Oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure this comes in yellow, doesn't it? Or it comes in red. I mean, we might have been going too far with the yellow theme. Yeah, this would be a really cool studio, I think. And we can actually use this as a divider in the middle. I do like it in the darker swatch though. So you can have your kiln hidden behind here, maybe a candle making station here. Oh, but then it ruins this being up against this wall, which is such a vibe. Okay, maybe we rethink this. This is actually a really tricky elongated room to be working with. This can be our display shelf and the kiln can be next to it. Candle making station is just here. And we just need decor boxes, so those can sit there. And then we can do our pottery just in this corner. The chair from Eco Lifestyle actually goes really nicely with the pottery wheel. And this could actually be a small store. Like you could run a store from here. Do you guys ever, can you guys ever smell memories or experiences, but it comes to you as if it's a memory through a smell? It's really strange to explain, but just then I got the smell of playing Super Mario 64 when I was a kid. I was like, what can I smell in my memory? Like, I know I can't physically actually smell it, but I was like, oh yeah, it's Super Mario. Am I weird? Probably. We'll put some nice sketches on the wall, or maybe just inspo. Doesn't necessarily have to be sketches. And I'm also trying to take away the attention from this green wall as well, or rather the green actually sticking through the wall. I have to say these shelves are pretty frustrating to try and fill up though, so just be aware of that. They don't have the best slots in them. It's probably just going to be easier to get a few of these shelves and put objects on top of them and then scale them down. So just scale this shelf down and then we can place these really pretty much wherever we want. So scale down using the bracket keys, put a plant there. Okay, so now at least we have a few things on the shelves. I feel like it just needs a couple of rugs in here too. Oh, and we can't have repeated rugs over on this side, so we could do something interesting with perhaps a few of these. No, that looks bad. And I feel like I use those rugs too often. What about those rugs like this? Oh, I thought we had finished, but we have one more bedroom to do. So let's save this. And this was going to be the red room. Watch out. A plant above the bed. Weird. It does look like it's kind of encroaching on the space where the bed is. I like the idea of having this over here. Blues and reds go together quite nicely, although we have done a lot of blue already. So maybe we do a neutral and red room. Red also looks really nice with greens. Or because we've already done the stripes in these rooms, maybe this room could just be not as stripy, perhaps. Ooh, oh, that's nice, that color. I quite like this teal vibe, and I think we should just pair it with a natural neutral colored rug. So this is a very earthy looking room. But this might be the sim who's quite artsy, so it could make sense for them to have this more earthy looking space. And they can have a cozy shelf over here in the corner. It's basically the book nook room. You need something nice above the bed. I think this in either the gold or this darker color. I quite like the gold. I think this is a cool art piece of the moons. And then they've got their books and things next to their bed. I love this space. It's so cozy and they're a musical looking sim. So that's it, you guys. We have finished the build and now we can do the final tour. So here we have the side of the house. I think it looks so good. I think it looks a lot different on the exterior compared to how originally it was, but also it still looks the exact same from the outside in terms of the shape. Just improved and it's made to look more industrial, and I think it suits the surroundings really nicely because don't forget, we have a whole heap of industrial stuff that it looks at just over here. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. Again, I love the side of the house. Whoever built this did a really nice job of just making a really interesting, unique shape of a house. One of those windows are just glitching out. And I will put this on the gallery to download if you'd like to. You just have to search for the name Deligracy, and obviously it uses all sorts of packs from The Sims 4. But again, you can always download if you have a few packs and then finish it off with what you do have and really make it your own in that sense. Yay! Yeah. Absolutely love it. Let's go inside. Okay, so you come up to the house. Beautiful landscaping. Look at all of those lovely flowers. But then there's also that juxtaposition of things that are very industrial and harsh metals and blacks and electronic things. And we walk into the house. I really like the fan with the pop of yellow. It's just a bit of fun, you know. And we have our olive green living room, which is nice. You can sit down, watch some TV. There's some paintings on the wall. It's actually a very green space, come to think of it. Like maybe, wait, hold on. I think I have an issue with these paintings. Like I think I do prefer the idea of them being more colorful, or at least one of them being more colorful. I don't know. Yeah, that looks better. I think also because we have that cushion on the chair, it kind of pairs it together now. Yeah, this is the lounge room. We have our entryway, industrial side table, our coach bag. And then I love looking towards this direction because then you can see the kitchen that's enclosed in all of that glass and the beautiful staircase. And we also have our D floor area, which won't have the square there, I don't think, when you go into live mode. So yeah, we've got a nice shelf. You could also turn that space into a nice play area for kids. I think that could be a useful nook or an office nook. You could put a table and chairs there. And then here's our kitchen, which I just think this looks so cool. So lots of space, lots of things to play with in here. You can make your dough, you can use the pizza oven, get yourself a cup of tea. Love how the light can come in as well. I think that'll look really nice throughout the day. I really like this kitchen actually. I'm in the mood to build another kitchen. And then we go down here, and in this room is our main bathroom. So we've got a nice bathtub, industrial looking sink, and then is our dining area with our lovely skylight up here. This is a fun room. Our mismatched chairs for a bit of fun, and I love the pops of yellow. Then you can come out here to our lovely green area, I suppose, where you can plant stuff. I like the fairy lights along here. That turned out really cool. And then this is such a beautiful green outdoorsy area with the rustic table and the more traditional looking area where you can barbecue or grill. Super nice. And I like how the flooring is striped with the AstroTurf and also the tiles. Still obsessed with that kitchen when we walk back through it. Now for our next level. There's 4 levels in this house. Oh, that's a really cool angle. Okay, so heading up to the second floor, there is the tragic clown, pay your respects, and this cool feature lighting. If we go left, in here is a gamer teen room. This looks quite brutalist from this angle. There's a lot of gray on concrete, especially with the roof. That would have looked nice, probably wooden in hindsight. But anyway, cool gamer space. I guess some people love just a lot of brutalism too. Then they've got this nice changing area, and one of my favorite aspects is just the bold colors, those primary reds and blues. And then they have their own sleek bathroom, which is very nice. Some good soaps here, nice touch. And then the other side of this space is the main bedroom, which I prefer this bedroom because I like the double wardrobe for starters, but I also like the yellow. I love this bed frame, such a cool bed. We use the mirror that I never use, and we've also got the clothing rack there and big windows looking out. And I like how every room has a lot of greenery that you can see from the windows, no matter which one you're in. And then there's a bathroom here. Again, the bathrooms I did off camera, they're not that exciting, but they still look nice. And then some of them have just different colored rugs or mirrors that are different, slight differences. Then we go up to the next level. You're gonna get puffed out going up all these stairs, and then you can work out and get even more puffed out. That window's glitched again, but yeah, this is actually a really cool nook area again, where you could put a desk or other activities. But I think the coolest aspect is this studio, again, repeating that idea with the glass kitchen. I think the lights look really cool on these pillars too. So this is a pretty gorgeous studio, and I do think this is a really cool color combo. So if you have the workshop kit, Jungle Adventure, I think that yellow blocked wallpaper is from, and businesses and hobbies, you could create quite a nice studio with those pieces all put together. They work nicely. So yeah, we've got the kiln, the candle station, storage, and of course the pottery wheel, and oh, I left a gap in the roof. somehow and for some reason. And even this matches the rest of the yellow, which is just, I love that. Then if you go down the hallway, there's a bathroom that anyone in the studio can use this bathroom in here, or whoever lives in this bedroom, they can also use the bathroom. And this is probably my favorite bedroom. If I had to pick one, I would pick this one because I really love the colors. I love these earthy colors and the big windows, and it's super cool that there's a ladder that accesses a secret room up the top, or a secret studio. And that chair pairs really nicely with this bed. And that chair is from Love Struck, I think. So let's pop up the ladder. And this is less of a studio and more of a workshop. So just sawdust everywhere, woodworking table, fabricator, whatever this water pump thing is. And just, you know, some pot plants because every room needs to connect to nature. So we've got that there. And of course the SpongeBob flooring. So let me know what you think of this build and do download it if you would like to. I'm just gonna call it the Old Mill Reno. So my username is Deligracy if you wanna download that. And I'll just say hashtag Deligracy, hashtag Deli, and hashtag industrial and hashtag renovation. Share to the gallery. Yay! And it's good that the error has been fixed because for a while there I wasn't able to upload my builds, so that's a relief that was fixed in the latest update. So thanks everyone for watching today's video, and thank you so much to my members for your support. And of course, if you do want to see even more of this build, you can become a member to see that process that I did off camera where I was just renovating the start of the structure. And then there's also a library of over 100 videos that you can watch as well with behind the scenes content. So make sure to check that out if you would like to, because you can just join for a little while and binge them if you want. And also check out my vlog channel as well if you want more content from me. Daily Diary, it'll be linked below as well. Anyway guys, most of all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to speak to you all soon. Dag dag!